Well, my experience today, they said they were going to deliver it tomorrow. They show up at 10:48 a.m. today, knock, and then immediately take off without giving me a chance to get to the door.
Yeah, we got to declare war on the FedEx guy.
Because it's signature required, at least it's supposed to be.
Well, the problem with that, though, is that I've seen so many people saying, oh, yeah, FedEx just dropped it off.
Yeah. Those were some drivers that didn't care.
Yeah.
So I got mine routed to be dropped off at Walgreens, which is the closest hold location for them.
Sounds like GoldenEye music, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Movies on video cassette.
Welcome to Strange Glow Video.
Guys, I'm eating junk and watching rubbish.
We're oozing with VHS, horror, nostalgia, and more.
You better block the glow in the dark.
After it throws a videotape, you can get a glow-in-the-dark hand puppet from the movie Casper.
And now, your hosts, Alec, Justin, and Nick.
Hey, you're not allowed to rent here anymore. Yeah!
In 5, 4, 3.
Hello, and welcome to Strange Glow Video. Tonight, we are going to talk about a lot of different things. So, let's just jump right into some silly shit.
What do we got?
What do we got? We got some show and tell. Let's kick it off with some show and tell.
We're doing show and tell first. I got an annoying amount of things this week, but I'm just going to show a couple of them. There is a Betamax that you can see in the background. VCR. Toshiba. Pretty slick. I got some. It's working better than when I got it, but it's still not working fully. So I'm gonna have to. It's a journey, getting old electronics, but I'll learn and I'll fix it eventually. I don't even have. I have the one tape that came with it, but it's unlabeled. I think it's a recordable tape. Either way, maybe it's something spooky, or maybe it's some hot homemade penetration.
Betamax porn.
Know what I'm saying?
I've got Ghostbusters on Betamax, no player, so if we get
Yeah, I
this
almost
thing
told you to
working-
bring it, but I was like, I don't want to try to risk it and eat it, so I was probably going to try to get something else first anyway. But
You need to get that tape figured out and then go from there.
Eraserhead and Harry and the Hendersons were some of the cheapest ones I saw, so I was like, ooh, I wouldn't mind getting both of those on beta.
Yeah, here we go. That's awesome. What else you got? What do you got?
I found a Sony Walkman.
That's fun.
It is sort of working also, and I'm kind of bummed about that. It's not entirely working order, but it is probably a 90s model, mid to late 90s for sure. I'd say late 90s. What do you think?
Yeah, mid-90s. You might even be able to find a fucking trademark or copyright somewhere on
I couldn't find one, but it didn't look hard enough.
Yeah, I don't see it on there, but we could look up the model on there.
Yeah, but either way, it's cool. It has the radio FM built in and all that. Anti-rolling, but it plays it like very slow right now. So it's like...
The radio works, though, at least?
I guess I didn't really even try the radio.
Okay.
I didn't even think about it. But, yeah, picked that up. I went to a toy store that I had never been to before.
Oh, shit. I see some
Which
good
one?
stuff here.
Which toy store?
Now, look at this.
It's a little Alf.
This is actually the last thing I got in the store. When I was checking out, I said, no, I just want to ask, is there anything Alf in here that I didn't see? And he goes, oh, yeah. And this Alf was wrapped around it like a weird handmade string with a whistle on it. And I was like, what the fuck is this? But I didn't realize that's just a pencil holder. And Alf was wrapped around it. So, but look at the facial structure on that. It's amazing. I love it.
As far as
He's
the face
fuzzy.
goes, that is one of the best-looking Alf faces.
For like a little doll like that? Hell yeah. And the fur, for what it is, I love it.
What toy store did you go to?
It's called, what is it called? Old School Collectibles, I think.
Where is that?
Independence,
Missouri.
I've driven by it. I've never
That's far
dropped
away.
it. But I can
Yeah.
never tell if it's open or not, so...
I haven't heard of that one, I don't think.
They had cups too, and there was this one that I saw immediately, which was the biggest one there. So all the cups were stacked inside it, and I was like, "Well, I'm getting that." And it was $2, and none of the other ones were marked. So I was like, "Okay." But this Pizza Hut cup, how come on?
Oh, yeah, that's a no-brainer right there.
I'm gonna wash these and actually drink out of them too, and use them for photography. That's kind of last action hero, Burger King.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Iced that one, Tacona phrase. And you got the little Burger King logo on there. 1993
Love the
Columbia
film strip
Pictures.
look on that, yeah.
Danny is biased up onto the screen. blasted up onto the screen and lands in Jack Slater's car. That's what it's, I guess. Yeah, because he's in the theater there.
That movie's highly underrated.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, that's cool as shit. And the last thing I found, he had a bunch of Fangorias, but they were all kind of listed high, and there were a couple Freddy ones, but I found this one, Friday the 13th, the final chapter, and I was like, I gotta get that. And also it says Savini's back, Jason's dead. You know, it has Ghostbusters, which I didn't even notice immediately, but I was like,
Terror Dog
oh,
on the cover,
shit.
yeah. How are you going to turn that down? No way.
And Day of the Dead.
Good old 84 issue, huh?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna take this out real quick.
Are you buying new Fangorias?
Not yet.
I saw one at
The
Walden
Barnes and
Books.
Noble over here
Or
doesn't carry
Barnes and
them.
Noble. The one in
They don't carry magazines.
Overland Park does.
Look at
Yeah.
the back of the magazine.
Ooh.
Nice. I like that.
And it even has
Show the kids at home. It's
classic
the Ghostbusters 84.
Classic 84.
and this is
poster.
one of those, you see how it's like this?
Mm-hmm. So they got one of the poster covers of the flip
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Who's that?
David Cronenberg's The Brood.
Nice. Damn, that thing's like fucking stacked.
You aren't kidding. Let's just take a quick little peek down here. So we
Gander.
got time tonight. We got nothing too big on the schedule. There's some Stephen King stuff in here.
We got huge things on the schedule.
Record
Stay
shelf.
tuned.
New music from David Cronenberg's Videodrome and Dawn of the Dead, Halloween 2, Creep Show. There's some color pages in here. There's not a bunch. Most of it's old school black and white 1984 style. Far Out Video. We're slashing prices from $59.95 to $50.95 because VHS in the fucking mid 80s was horribly priced.
Yeah, home video was insane.
Once it went down, it kind of stayed pretty. It's not too bad right now. It's like $25 for a new Blu-ray usually, and like since
Yeah.
I've been buying them, a new one's been $20. So it's kind of whatever. It's not that bad.
Yeah, and then some of them, you know, you can pay $35 if you get the 4K that comes with the 4K, a Blu-ray, a DVD, and the digital or whatever.
Some
So-
stuff about the Christopher Lee Dracula and the. Let's see there. I'd never seen this picture before.
Oh yeah, that's a good behind-the-scenes one. Yeah.
Let me just show you Ghostbusters people this. Those are pretty cool images. And I think there's one more page on it.
Yeah, and check out the Instagram because we'll throw up some stills of some of these so you can see them. Strange Glow Video over on Instagram.
So this is by far my oldest issue of Fangoria so far.
And a fucking awesome one to boot.
Yeah. Well, I was just stoked for that Friday the 13th. I was looking for one that was covering a Friday the 13th specifically, so. And I found that one and Ghostbusters. It was about jizz my pants. And that's marked $12, right? Mm-hmm. So I go to the front and he's like, "Oh, I'm not going to charge you $12 for that." And he was like, I had just the cups at that point and this magazine. And he was like, "Oh, I'll just give it all to you for $12. And then that's when I asked him about the Alf. And it was $5 for Alf, so
Yeah.
I was perfectly okay with those. And I have just a couple small things that are Goodwill, like dollar items. Found a copy of Pitfall on Atari 2600 in
With the
box.
fucking box still too. That's awesome, man. Because
I was just like, is that what I think it is?
My stepdad and sister played the shit out of that on NES.
And it was in there. Label still intact, looking pretty good.
I think it was called Super Pitfall on.
Instruction
that was
manual
Super Nintendo
and the video game cartridge, limited 1-year warranty.
Oh, see if you can still use it.
Right? I'm gonna call it. My fucking thing's not working, Activision.
They're still around.
Yeah, they are. So that was pretty cool. It was, $2, and it goes for
that
a
up.
lot more than that on eBay. Yeah, just I have
Especially with
it
the
a
box.
2600 too, so it's like I could potentially play that.
well, with the box in there though, that's just a good collector's item.
A couple VHS tapes. This first one came in the mail today. Finally ordered that. Barbie
Oh, yeah.
birthday party at Walt Disney World Epcot '94.
Now, did we talk about on the episode that committed self-harm?
No, that one didn't commit self-harm. The one he talked about, the new Barbie movie.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Alec mentions this recently on a thing, so he finally got his copy of it.
In our episode of when we talked about 2023 and what we're looking forward to, I talked about this. Love the little Mattel logo on there, the VHS logo. Just the aesthetically, it's Fucking beautiful.
Real nice one.
Found a copy of Beavis and Butthead to America.
That's a awesome one right there.
Good for VHS too. And Dracula Dead and Loving It.
All right, I like that.
Oh
I
yeah.
saw that at the theater.
That's one I have not watched as many times as you would think I could have.
Peter McNichol as Renfield.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Need to go rewatch that. I'm going to have to do that.
Those
Dead
are my
loving it.
Is he loving it? Yes.
No, you talk.
He's McLoving it.
I think I've only watched it twice ever, and last time was forever ago. But I did see it at the theater.
I'll just put them up here for now.
Yeah, I don't think his hands are going to grip that very well.
That's what
Pretty
she
thin,
said.
like a Twizzler. Little Deuce Bigelow, male gigolo line for
Well,
you.
the cable's about as thick as a pencil, but I just don't feel like messing with it right now.
So Nick has. All right, so I've got some pickups here that we're going to talk about as we enjoy this new Starry soda.
A snick, a snick, a snick, a snick.
Snick at night.
Oh. This is actually vodka.
It's actually Sprite.
It's
I
crystal.
actually swapped the bottles.
Nick, if you had a porno channel, you should call it Nick at Night. That should be your OnlyFans page.
I think I'd be sued.
I should call it Dick at Night.
No, not just to
That
have
would
that as
make
your.
more sense.
That could just be your
Yeah.
URL.
Take it, night.
Nick at Night.
That's the best time to get dick.
And it would just be porn parodies of like I Love Lucy and
Mr.
The
Ed.
Genie,
Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
Andy Griffith Show,
You get Johnny Ruckus on.
Gilligan's Island.
That's a nice little. Just kind of slide that right in there. All right, so I got some pickups.
Talk about
20th century Fox Selections Dutch. I also picked up 20th Century Fox Selections Point Break, but that's in the VCR in the garage at home.
Garage.
And so apparently I saw a little preview for this line. These are $10 or less. They released 12 of these a year in the 90s as part of this 20th Century Fox selection. So they're trying to make them available. Hit movies available to people at low prices.
I don't think he can handle the Starry.
It's making me a little gassy. I got a very nice, pristine copy of
This is a snakeskin jacket.
Your Love Keeps Lifting Me Higher and Higher by Jackie Wilson, a
For me,
45-inch
it's a
record.
symbol of my individuality and my belief.
And individual freedom. Fucked up the quote there. But that's okay. Got a copy of Carnosaur on DVD. Got this for like $5 from Alibri.com. These are going for much more than that on eBay. This movie looks fucking absurd. I'm reading the book right now. We're going to do like a versus series of Carnosaur and Jurassic Park very soon, so we're putting in the legwork right now. But I had to have the DVD.
Is Crichton a plagiarist? Find out soon.
We'll have a special guest on that episode. I also got
Michael
this
Crichton.
Hardee's rip. Hardee's official Ghostbusters headquarters
A child.
collector poster.
Oh,
Got a brand new vintage copy of this. It's
I remember
pristine.
the day I got that.
That is hold on, yeah, pull that out for us. That's pretty sexy.
Yeah, centerfold.
Oh, can you see it all there? Look at that girthy boy.
I'm gonna check. You should cut those coupons off. Go to Hardee's.
Oh
Should
yeah.
photocopy them and take them in there. Like, can I get this Ghostbusters collector
99
cup?
cents.
Unfold that thing.
I've got a sheet protector coming for that so I can hang it from the ceiling as a double-sided poster. Gonna be very
A
nice.
sheet protector. A poster condom.
Okay, and then the last item that I got to pick up is the Class 10 Slime Ball Collection Skill from Phantasm Toys, which is a collaboration between Tony Taylor Toys and Beducci Studios, people we are huge fans of. And I gotta say, I'm gonna tell you this right here real quick right now. This is the best
We
fucking
can do a
Slimer.
commercial while we're at it here.
This is the best Slimer I've ever seen in person.
Yeah, I don't know what it is
Articulating
about
arms,
the other.
Bottle of wine. Even has that thick booty on there.
I don't know what it is about the other figure companies. They never quite get them right. That looks pretty good though.
Mark Brian Wilson, who did the sculpt for the first Slimer, even commented on Brendan's work and was like, hey man, that thing's amazing.
They can't get Slimer right or Bill Murray's face.
Well, you can't do the fucking potholes in Bill Murray's face on toys, so that's
he's
hard.
He's gonna punch you like he did Chevy Chase.
Good. I want to get punched by Bill Murray. I would let him.
Maybe he'll assault you like those women.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true too.
Maybe he thought Chevy Chase was a woman.
I don't know. Controversy.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, this thing is fucking glorious. It's magnificent. It's my favorite Slimer toy I've ever owned, and I don't think anyone's going to be able to top this. But
Yeah, I can agree with that.
You can definitely bottom it, though, because there is a hole in there.
Well, look at his ass, too, man.
I know,
My
look
God.
at that. He's got that Sir Mix-a-Lot booty on here, right? Like, I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Fuck it!
I made that post.
I want to...
Fuck it! Fuck it!
So those are sold out right now because those were a limited run, but if you're not following Phantasm Toys and the amazing work they've done, go do it. It's
Do it.
next level shit.
Do it.
Were you ready for that?
Yeah.
And so...
You get better with speed with these things when you're... do it this long.
Yeah, he's much faster at these buttons now than he was before. It's like when you're first figuring out how to like take care of yourself, self-pleasure, it takes a minute for you to figure things out, but once you get it done, like you can...
Well, once you figure out where your prostate is, it's just done.
What wasn't Slimer supposed to segue into news somehow?
Slimer segueing into the news. Yeah, because those are just hitting the mail.
That's your pickup, and it's also news.
It's news. That thing is amazing. I've also seen that they are working on a muncher of sorts. And we really admire those guys. Really pleasure to call them friends and acquaintances. So that's
Friends and
lucky
acquaintances.
us.
The date's over.
Wait.
What
So
happened
what's
there?
the second news item?
The sound clip was just not a good sound clip. That's
Oh,
what all that was.
fair enough. Second news item.
Mandalorian Season 3 trailer just dropped.
Oh,
Do I give a fuck?
no.
Not really. But hey, I'll watch it. I'm going to watch it. It's one of the better of the Star Wars shows and the new stuff they're doing for sure. It is overloved, probably a little bit more than deserved, but still, it's fine. It's whatever.
I think the love for that, though, really looking at it from an objective perspective, like now that we're away from it and we've been removed from season 2 even for a
I
while.
don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Just kidding.
Because it was the first live-action show.
Well, being the first live-action show, but a lot of people thought it was just a huge course correction for the sequel trilogy, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but the big thing I'm hearing now is that all the live-action stuff is going to start leading into the sequel trilogy, which puts you in a weird spot.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking forward to it. It'll be entertaining. Is it going to be as good as Andor was? Andor was
Fuck
the best.
no.
Andor was the best Star Wars thing I've seen in quite a while.
Well, since
Rogue One.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, legit, I can say
Since
that.
the movie this is a prequel to, yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I guess I have to say about that. We watched the trailer, and it's kind of vague and stuff, so...
Death to Grogu.
Well, it looked like there's another flashback scene of Grogu in the Jedi Temple, maybe training or something like
There's
that.
some Jedi lightsabering, which is like, okay, I don't know. Don't tempt me. Don't make me think this is a better show than it is.
Yeah.
He's going back to Mandalore, which could be cool, but maybe not.
This could be the best season, at least from my perspective. But we'll
if
see.
they kill Grogu off season episode 1.
Well, and we know some of the characters from Rebels are going to make their live-action debut within this, and also set for the Ahsoka series. So,
But did we watch that series, and do we care?
I watched a lot of the Rebels series. It's okay.
Nick? Me neither.
I still haven't finished Clone Wars.
But I do think it's cool when they at least acknowledge those characters and bring them out of there. So,
Well, I skipped Clone Wars, and I just watched this for its own thing, and it was pretty fun.
well, Disney Plus does have a section that's like Mandalorian-worthy, episodes of Clone Wars you should watch and shit like that.
Yeah, it ties in all the Mandalore.
Oh, yeah.
The,
So, like, you
the
don't have to
lore
go and
episodes.
watch 4 billion episodes. You can just kind of, like, figure out which
Pick
ones you
and
need to
choose,
watch.
yeah. Which is nice,
Yeah.
Oh,
'cause that's what I'm into.
And then the Alf toy started making its appearance this week sometimes on some people's socials.
Alf and Dracula NECA figures.
One guy posted a picture of it, and I was like, where did you get it? And he was like, my guy deals NECA figures. And I was like, I don't know what that means.
Like a drug dealer?
Right?
Yeah.
Like
So I got
he's a
what you need right
scalper.
here, man.
Is that what you're saying? Like basically, you got it off of eBay and paid $50 for it? Because I could do that right now,
Oh,
but I don't
that's-
want to.
That's probably
I
what
saw
he did.
somebody that has them and says in stock and shipping now on the Al figure, and it was like 45 plus shipping. You're like, no, fuck you.
Well, I was seeing like you get it for $50 shipped
Well, the one I
now, okay.
the one I
by
saw
today, but still,
the one I saw, he got it from a local toy store. So
like, what region of the states was that?
I don't think he had any location listed on his Facebook.
I should hit up Mockingbird and be like, if you get an Alf, ship it to me. I'll pay.
Yeah, and that Brothers toy store, I don't think they carry any NECA. So
Yeah, you gotta have.
no,
well,
they got some Ninja Turtle NECA, but I don't think they carry anything else.
Well, that could be secondhand too, though. NECA shit's pretty much, they gotta buy into their.
And then,
Dracula figure looks great.
yeah, the
so-
Dracula figure looks awesome.
Has
They
that hit shelves
also
yet?
showed off their Bride of Dracula figure.
That guy that found
Yeah.
Bride of Frankenstein.
that guy I saw that found Alf also bought Dracula at the same place.
God, I want both of those so bad.
So somebody's probably distributing those a little bit better because, from what I understand from hearing from people that own independent toy stores, is that a lot of these big retail chains get all their inventory in stock before the smaller places do.
And then the smaller places have it on shelves first still.
Yeah, so
'Cause
currently right now, that didn't used to be the case, but
I still haven't seen shit new at this Target over here. I just saw a couple more Terminator figures and another Friday the 13th figure.
The stores over here are terrible.
And then the Walmart over here now has the Wolfman and the Mummy, but it's the black and white Wolfman only. I already have the Wolfman thanks to you, but
when I'm seeing a lot of the glow-in-the-dark ones, but the thing that sucks about the glow-in-the-dark figures is they don't have any accessories. So, like, Wolfman doesn't have the other head or anything, and I get for glow-in-the-dark, just give me the regular head.
how much do they cost though for that?
Those are $25 for no accessories on a blister card.
That's not too bad. I'd consider getting one just for display purposes, and so we'd have another glow-in-the-dark figure. If I
But
saw like a
Wolfman-
glow-in-the-dark Dracula, it'd be dope.
But the Wolfman's glow-in-the-dark features looks like it's only his hand and his face.
Well, I think Dracula makes the best glow-in-the-dark. Like, he sounds most appealing to me if they were to do one.
They don't, though. It's
Well, I know they haven't, but they
Yeah.
could. If they did one, I'd buy that one.
and it is the same Wolfman mold because I saw the Wolfman on the shelf. And
I've only
compared
seen
that
the
one.
Mummy glow-in-the-dark one. I haven't seen the Wolfman.
Yeah, and they're the same molds. They're glow-in-the-dark. The Mummy looks pretty good, too. And if I was going to get one, I would get that. That's kind of like that real Ghostbusters vibe, but I don't know. Still not sold on $25 for it without any accessories.
Yeah.
And for that packaging, I'm like, eh.
I do have all the VHS tapes for Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, the Mummy, and Bride of Frankenstein, so I'm going to try to collect the figures for all of those.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, toy shopping right now is really, really boring because there's not a lot on shelves right now. A lot of shit's clearanced out. They're making way. Like, you're seeing...
They still haven't restocked anything from Christmas.
I've started seeing some new Jurassic Park stuff, but that Jeep with what's her...
Ellie Sattler.
Yeah.
I've seen that several times.
I've seen it, but I don't want it.
I'd like it because I like how it's different and it's got her at the rain jacket, but at the same time...
Yeah, it's just not a thing.
Did you say green jacket?
Rain jacket.
Oh, damn.
I'm just pissed because I was like really deep involved with the Amber collection, and then they're like Hammond series, and I'm like, okay, don't want to start over on that collection.
You need to, though. You need to just sell those off and just redo it because they're cheap.
But I need
Just buy them used. The ones
Yeah.
that you're missed out on. I don't have a complete collection or anything up there, you know?
No, and that's what I'll wind up doing is doing that because kids are playing with these right now, and you found that hell of a deal at fucking Goodwill for that Explorer. So
I
need
still
to-
see that set at Target too.
Yeah, they still have like 50 of them at every fucking store. But the other thing I've seen, I haven't picked any of them up, is they have the Kate Bishop figure, the new Hawkeye figure, the Hawkeye where he looks fucked up, and I was like, oh man, like that looks like him in his current
Technical
state.
difficulties.
Jesus! Oh, God! Oh!
Which I really hope he recovers well. But seeing that figure on the shelves right now, I was like, ooh. And they have the She-Hulk too, and that figure looks dope.
Well, he survived, so that's the main thing, I guess.
But they put her in her little spandex superhero uniform, and I'm like, you should have just put her in her lawyer gear. Like that's how
Should
we
have done
see her in the
both.
whole- yeah, and that's how we see her in the whole series. And then the whole Marvel Select series right now is bizarre because some of them have like the clear plastic packaging on the front, and some of them have the new cardboard only packaging. And
I mean,
they're
I
still
get it.
releasing them.
I get the hate for plastic, but I hate the new packaging too. Like it just doesn't hit. It doesn't hit for me.
I open my packaging, so I don't give a fuck. And honestly, I think that's better because
It is bad for collectability.
yes, if you want collectability,
I
no
understand it though, and I'm not actually going to complain or say they shouldn't be doing it or anything. But
no, I can understand
get it.
both sides of the story. But for me, someone that's going to want to open those, yeah.
It'll be interesting.
How do you have room for shit that you don't open? I've seen some people just have closets full of them, and you just see like the side of the packaging.
The spine.
Yeah, not me.
Well, you're going to once you have the room, though. Is it
True.
Yeah.
I desperately want to, and sometimes I change stuff out. Like recently, I went through and put some stuff in the closet and took some stuff out of it. So,
Yeah, I recently redid one of my display shelves. My only display case that I have at the house right now.
Yeah.
So,
and then Fright Night 2 is getting a Blu-ray, but it's a very limited release from a European company. So that's exciting, but also like I'm probably not gonna be able to get my hands on one of those. So we'll see.
yeah, you can
The
buy
full movie is on YouTube right now, so we need to review that at some point
Yeah,
because I've never seen it. But
neither have I, but it's got a lot of the original cast in there, so definitely need to check that out.
and we were retweeted by Dean Cain the other day.
So Dean Cain.
What did Dean Cain say to start?
Well, Dean Cain retweeted a video of a girl that's pushing a guy, like at a high school, like an outdoor high school somewhere, out west probably.
Yeah, like one of the open.
Well, yeah, like in Arizona or LA or something that you'd find in California. That's what I'm talking about, like Southwest type outdoor high school. And eventually another girl comes up and like pushes on him, and eventually he fights back and punches the shit out of him for a minute. And like Dean Cain, like the post was like, is this justified? And Dean Cain just retweeted and was like, totally justified. I'm like, yeah, that's what Superman would do, like, right? Like,
Well, let's talk about Dean Cain as a trash human, just because Dean Cain is like a fucking hard right Republican, and like I don't really care about your politics too much, but if you're a celebrity like he is, and you're an asshole like that,
well, it's like him and Kevin Sorbo and Rob Schneider.
You played an illegal alien on a fucking TV show. That's where you made your money, and then you're fucking against illegal aliens. Are you fucking ignorant? And then on top of that, the other thing I'd like to point out about Dean Cain is, how fucking upset are you, Dean Cain, that you never got a Superman action figure because your series fucking sucked? Your series is like soap opera, even worse than, what do they call that, Smallville? I mean, Smallville makes that show that you were on look like a fucking Academy Award winner.
Finish him.
But
Yeah, so he said that, and I said, well, I said something about you're still the internet's least favorite Superman, and I didn't use an apostrophe in internet, so he quote tweeted me and was like,
Do better with apostrophes in the future or some shit. Yeah.
yeah, he said, good argument, and then he said that, and then I was just like getting a bunch of comments from people who are like old ass white people with American flags and sunglasses on their profile pictures, The kind
of guy that's like trying to use like Twitter to find porn.
Not just like old women too and shit. I'm saying,
Oh, yeah.
It was hilarious. They're like blowing Dean Cain. I was like, dude, thanks for the exposure.
Yeah, no, thanks. We appreciate it. And if you're watching us because of that, fuck you, Dean Cain. You're
Dean
a terrible
Cain,
human.
people used to like
Cain's
you.
watching.
Believe it or not.
No, but Dean Cain's a terrible human, and his mother should have.
I hope all the bad things in life happen to Dean Cain and nobody else.
Yeah, wish all the bad things in life happened to you and you alone. The player haters ball.
And the main event for probably people coming to watch this podcast, at least some of them.
Ooh, shit.
The thing that I give the least fucks about.
Ooh, shit.
The Haslab Proton Pack.
Oh boy!
So there's so many layers in the Haslab Proton Pack, right? So we got the group.
Many subtle layers.
We got the group of people like Alec that just
Alexander.
really don't give a fuck. Okay, no big deal, right? There's plenty of people that don't give a fuck.
I just
No
couldn't
problem.
afford it, so I don't give a fuck, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you're not jealous of it. You're just tired of hearing
Well, I
about
mean, it
it.
would be nice to have one, but I'm not, like, jealous and pissed off because I'm jealous or anything.
Yeah, and that makes sense. But then you've got, and I'm in a bunch of these groups because I've modded, I built a full-size pack. I've modded a spirit pack. I ordered one of these. We're going to do some mods to it. So, like, I respect every level of Proton Pack, right? Every budget, whatever you can do, cool. They all have their validations. They all have their things that are out there. But, that being said, there is still difference in the quality of all said things.
We'll explain this in a way that some of these people can understand.
Okay. So I started off with the Spirit Proton Pack, and I put a Alice frame on there. And I thought I was cool. And then I met the Ghostbusters cosplay group at the con, and I saw the real packs. And I thought, holy shit, this thing is trash. And that's my personal opinion. So I upgraded it more, made it better. And I immediately bought a full-scale pack to make. Put it together, and that was a blast.
You got the Innovos on sale.
I got the Innovos pack on sale, which the only thing I've really kept on there from them is the fucking shell. Everything else has pretty much been upgraded.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my Ben Kent. I should have just got the damn shell.
Yeah. Pick the parts you want there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with that, because I modded 3 or 4 other Spirit packs just helping friends or whatever else out with parts. No big deal. But there's this whole group of Spirit people that are talking shit on Haslab packs. Like, well, it's just... And
they should have sold their Spirit packs and bought a Hasbro.
And there was a lot of people trying to do that, sell them. But the problem is, though, the resale value in a Spirit pack is a difficult proposition.
Let's just be honest. It's because the Ghostbusters community in general is around 50% toxic sludge. So it goes everywhere. These Spirit people now, like, they didn't used to be this jaded about their Spirit packs. I'm a Spirit pack person because I'm just broke. It's by necessity, not by, like, choice. I'm not like, oh, I have a great job and could build a pack, but I don't because the Spirit pack's good enough. That's not really my mentality. It does the job until I will eventually be able to afford that kind of thing. But other than that, it's kind of,
And for me, the Haslab pack was like, okay, so they do have where the cyclotron opens up. That was the big selling point for me, because we're seeing some of that in the fan community, but I don't have a 3D printer. I just don't have fucking room for one right now. I'm like, I don't even have room for my collection right now. So to get another giant item, the printer that's going to take up a bunch of space, and then have me fucking around with that all the time, just not in the cards right now. Now, if I get a bigger house and have some more room, sure. But the jadedness and the toxicity of it all through the fan base.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying.
Crazy.
It's kind of like before everybody was just hating on the Spirit Pack people, and now the Spirit Pack people are trying to hate back. Basically, that's what I think it is. But it's pointless. It's just like a bunch of fuckery from, let's be honest, a bunch of neck-bearded assholes causing trouble.
But yeah, there's a lot of that.
No, I mean, plenty of it's. I'm not saying everybody's like that. I'm just saying, like,
that general.
I'm saying the toxic people are.
Yeah,
they're that type of person.
Well, and it's bizarre because some of these people never really stopped and like thought about it before they did it. Like, right, Benekent's readily available. There's lots of options for proton pack building. The options are nearly unlimited. And for the money that some of these folks have put into their Spirit pack, they could have easily bought a Benekent kit with a full, like, professional light and sound kit as well. But, like, you're on a budget, so you're doing it over time. So I get it, right? You know, I put a lot more.
They could have bought the pieces to that over time too.
Yeah. They're all good proton packs. So if you made your proton pack and you're happy with it, be happy with it. Don't hate on somebody else because it's not theirs.
Can we hate on FedEx though?
Yeah, we can. We can.
Well, my experience today, they said they were going to deliver it tomorrow. They show up at 10:48 a.m. today, knock, and then immediately take off without giving me a chance to get to the door.
Yeah, we got to declare war on the FedEx guy.
Because it's signature required, at least it's supposed to be.
Well, the problem with that, though, is that I've seen so many people saying, oh, yeah, FedEx just dropped it off.
Yeah. Those were some drivers that didn't care.
Yeah.
So I got mine routed to be dropped off at Walgreens, which is the closest hold location for them.
Sounds like GoldenEye music, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's not, but...
So I got my slime accessories that ship first and separate from my pack.
They look like shit!
That's beside the point. I'm just talking
They look
shit on FedEx.
like shit!
That's crazy, too, that they got that extra shit separate.
Yeah, they just didn't build it into the box.
Especially with
I'm sure that was
all the shipping problems they're having to have.
I'm sure that was easier, though, than trying to, like, sort boxes from boxes, because if they fucked any of those up, they probably didn't make a lot of extra this stuff.
Which, everybody got the same extras, right?
No, if you're a Pulse Premium member, you got the slime. Other than that, you just got the Stay Puft goo.
Oh, that's right.
So my slime...
That's a big perk, because that slime looks amazing on the pack.
The mini puffs are the cool perk, right?
Yeah, the mini puffs are fun.
I think that's a cool perk.
Because it's a repaint of the ones that they have already released.
I think that's one of the coolest things that came with it.
And
the Egon's notebook is like interesting, and I saw some pictures of it, and it was like, okay, that's actually, it looks pretty interesting. Not entirely God, but like it's also going to be probably just making up a bunch of bullshit just for this proton pack, just for that item that is like going to be like,
and
come on.
I got 2 packs, so I'll have 2 sets of the mini puffs, and of course they have the 3 extra heads, so I'll be able to have a head on each head on a body. So if Alec wants the extra heads, I guess. You want those extra heads?
I'll take extra heads.
So back to my FedEx story. So this FedEx thing shipped, and then today I had some errands to run, and I'm like, okay, your package is out for delivery. It'll be there between 10:20 and 2:20.
Well, it's also they're shipping them separately. Like they're in separate boxes, but why aren't they bringing them to your house at the same time?
Because the other item shipped from California several days ahead of the other one.
No.
And yet my pack shipped afterwards and is almost here already. But so I sat around today kind of waiting.
Ooh.
We went and ran errands like at 2 o'clock because I'm like, fuck it, at this point they're not here. The item says it's nearby, but it doesn't say it's out for delivery. But they told me delivery time. And I know everyone's frustrated with FedEx. Like, we're all going to get our packs, but I don't know how your logistics of tracking items are so bad. Like, USPS is fucking on
Well, if you
point.
require signatures, you got to fucking tell us.
Just remember, the FedEx, this is how they feel about you.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Yeah, they're still out there driving. I get it, right? That's not the FedEx driver's fault. They're not the ones doing this. This is their fucking logistics system. I mean, their logistics systems is the Southwest.
They were just doing their jobs.
They're like the Southwest Airlines of fucking shipping right now.
It's not their fault.
Because
we were just following orders.
Yeah. And it's crazy that... Not to say that everyone hasn't fucked up, because the first copy of Carnosaur I bought...
We were just following orders.
I had to cancel because it shipped from Kansas, went out to California, and like did an update for like 2 weeks on shipping, and then finally I went and canceled the order, and it's like, oh, your item's back in Kansas now. I'm like, no, you're shipping me another one. Fuck you. I'm like, why did an item that was there get sent to California from Kansas? Shipped. You know what I meant, you jackass. But we're going to be doing some pretty cool mod vids on these, and I know a lot of people are doing them already, but we're going to
We have a great unboxing video. We're going to...
Our unboxing video is going to make everyone else's unboxing video.
We're going to unbox it with dynamite.
No, we're going to unbox it with...
Dynamite.
A cast member of Ghostbusters.
Oh, Bill Murray.
Exactly. Bill Murray's going to be there.
Oops, I let it out. Let the cat out of the bag. We got to get the cat back into the bag.
Wait, let me go. Either way.
All right, so Nick, if you're wanting to, yeah, hopefully you've used our videos on opening the Hasbro wand, but we're going to turn one of your packs into an accurate Afterlife model. What are we doing with the other one?
Who gives a fucking shit?
Making it GB2?
He's undecided on GB1 or GB2, but I think he's leaning GB2.
It'll be 80s.
It'll be an 80s model, so we're going to take off all the extra stuff, but we'll show you how to do that as well.
I find it's best to stay out of other people's affairs.
And I've got a shitload of parts already set aside to upgrade mine. But we'll make these easy to follow along videos. I'll tell you drill bit size and all that shit.
We'll make them bite size.
Because there's a lot of people that are doing all these videos, and they don't fucking tell you what size drill bit they're doing. They don't tell you how to use it.
Don't watch them.
And they're like, oh, I'm 3D printing resin parts for this. I'm like, someone basically pulled
real parts, buddy.
It's not true.
No, my favorite one I saw that was absurd was somebody 3D printed in resin a new ion end cap where they did fake fucking screw caps on where it's attached on. And I'm like, why? And they didn't even do it with the hex head in there, right? It just looks like the Spirit one. I'm like, oh. And
they're 3D printing things that they can get a
you
real...
can fucking drill and sink those into the real thing. So
Son, your ego is writing checks your body can't cash.
But it's an interesting time to be in the community here because everyone's losing their mind about it. And I can say for our local group, our local franchise, there's some people that are really, really angry at FedEx. And at this point, I think it's comical.
Jason Wheeland, if you're listening.
You shouldn't
fucking... Which he does listen to.
You, right?
Now people are going to send him hate
But
mail.
this is Jason Wheeland, Springfield, Missouri.
Jesus.
Find that easily just by looking at our franchise page. So.
Oh, Nick has everyone's name.
I'll get his actual address.
Jesus.
Well, this will be a big year for Ghostbusters in general. We got comic books coming, cartoon, movie.
But I also see so many new people in there, like in the forums and stuff. And, you know, you love seeing your fandom grow, but at the same time, like, there's outsiders that don't know much.
Justin gatekeeping Ghostbusters outright.
And then you're just like, try not to be a dick about it.
Noobs.
You
Did you call them noobs?
Not even that. Just, we're all obsessed at the next level, right? So you see people from other fandoms coming in.
Looking at the Yes Haslam group, I feel like there's a lot of people that aren't probably a big part of the fandom, like in the Facebook groups and stuff, but they ordered a Hasbro pack. And
Well, it's very accessible, right? We've never had something at that price point.
Or I saw someone today who said, I'm just going to post in here because the Ghostbusters fans are assholes, or whatever he said.
Everything you're doing is bad.
I try to get help.
I want you to know this.
Well, just remember, no matter what pack you have, like, don't be a dick about it. Who cares? If you're having fun with it.
Fuck it!
Unless you own all of them, then you can make fun of whoever you want.
Well, I mean, if you own all of them.
If you got a Built pack, Spirit pack, and a Hasbro pack, like Justin.
You suck.
You can make fun of anybody.
Well, mostly myself, though, because who doesn't love self-deprecating humor?
I don't have a Spirit pack. I did buy one once before I received my first Proton pack, and I wore it to an event or two and then took it back.
That's fair.
Well, I think that's the episode for tonight. You got anything
Stay
else you want to talk
tuned.
about? I'm good.
No, I think we got a lot of new stuff coming, so just make sure you're following us on all the socials. We'll have all kinds of...
This is not our only episode this week. We have
Yeah,
an episode
well,
of
we're
Haunted by
advanced.
Tapes coming out. And I'm probably going to be releasing a bonus episode on Patreon sometime later this week, I think, as well.
Yep.
At patreon.com/strangegoldvideo. Subscribe, $2.99 a month. You get some stickers shipped to you if you give us your address on there.
Social Security.
You're going to get free stickers the first month. You know, we're probably going to introduce another tier later in the year, maybe, with some physical items.
With some nude
occasionally.
Polaroids.
I don't know. I'm thinking we can do a cassette tape or something like that at some point this year, I think. That'd be fun. Do audio on there. Put some of our music and shit on there, too, and goofy shit.
But be on the lookout for our Haunted by Tapes
But anyway.
review of 30 Days of Night.
If you want that free sample, though, check out our commentary of Ghostbusters 2, because we've been uploading commentaries onto the Patreon. Yeah, so you can check those out. Listen along as you watch one of your
The
favorite
Ghostbusters
movies.
2 commentary is very good. So it's a nice taste.
Nice sense of humor.
Here's a little preview of that. Janosch did 9/11.
Oh my god.
Yes, he did. You get all the details, the nitty-gritty.
A second Janosch
think
has
that's-
crashed into the towers. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is probably a good point to say goodnight.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say good night.
Shut this off. Shut these all off.
I have to return some videotapes. I have to return